And our next read aloud is going to be Charlotte Sometimes by Penelope Farmer. This is not a book that I have ever read before. It's been on my shelf for a minute. I think my dad found it, and I found out a little bit about the author Penelope Farmer. She is very into myths, and I have some of her mythology books, but this story is not one that I have ever read, so let's look at what it's about. Awakening on her second day at boarding school to find her surroundings slightly different, Charlotte was horrified to discover that the people were different too. And instead of her 4 roommates, there was only one little girl who claimed to be her younger sister. As the bewildering day progressed, the awful truth dawned upon her. She had slipped back in time and exchanged places with Claire Moby, a girl who had been at school more than 40 years before. Thus began a strange adventure, for at first Charlotte and Claire alternated, each spending one day in her own time, and one in the other, until the day Charlotte was moved from her regular room, and the girls were caught in the wrong times. At first, Charlotte was relieved to be the same person every day. As the weeks passed, however, she began to fear she might be stuck forever. But when the chance to leave finally came, she found that she was almost reluctant, for she had formed a friendship that would last over all the years that lay between. As in Emma in Winter, Penelope Farmer explores the fragile barriers between layers of time with the delicacy of perception and the skillful writing that have won her praise for every book since the publication of The Summer Birds. Here she demonstrates once more that she is a young writer gifted with extraordinary imagination. And there are some very somber illustrations in this book, kind of chalk drawings, as you can see. And I'll be excited to share this with you and see if we want to read the other 2 books that are about this same family, and maybe Penelope Farmer will become like Joan Aiken and will read more than a few of her books. But I'll see you in chapter 1 of Charlotte Sometimes.